What is up, all my chosen ones? Jazz Royce back now, guys. We're gonna pick back up where we left off on yesterday's upload in regards to Saitama versus Terareum and what's been going on throughout this whole debacle. Here's my 2 cents. Now, before we begin, guys, please smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for me, please, and thank you. Now, let's get into this, guys. So, if you don't know, Terareum had a tweet yesterday that came out announcing that there should be a Binance listing in the makings by the end of this week. And come to find out that Terareum is not being listed on Binance. As a matter of fact, it seems to have may have been a hoax of some sort, you know, where we're still trying to sort out exactly what happened with that because the developers didn't really come out forthright, just upfront saying, all right, we made a mistake, guys. You know, we got excited. We thought it was the real email or something, and it turned out it was something different. But in contrast, they did come out with saying that there are going to be multiple exchanges coming out for Terareum anyway, even though it's not Binance, to somewhat kind of combat all of that backlash that was received because of yesterday's debacle. Now, guys, where does Saitama play into this? So, what I've noticed, and it's just a small increase, is that I've noticed that, of course, Terarium's price dropped because of that news break, and Saitama is kind of right back into the 11s at the time of this recording, you know, not really much of a difference in price value. However, I've been seeing a lot of craziness going on, you know, Saitama people chanting and ranting, and not everybody, not everyone, but some of the holders out there, man, and they just going in, especially on Twitter. Very toxic place right now. Twitter is looking like just roasting, saying, ha, in your face. Now you know what it's like when a dev doesn't, you know, things like that. But what we got to remember, Wolfpack, and just a disclaimer, I'm a Saitama holder. I don't hold any Terareum, but I am going to keep it objective, and that's the point of this video, is that what we got to keep in mind, Saitama holders, is that Terareum has just gotten a taste of what the Wolfpack has been having to deal with. And to be honest, there's been a lot of downfalls we've had holding Saitama. I mean, and the price is going to reflect that ever since that Vegas event, and you zoom out and look, I mean, it's been down and under. It's been down and under, guys. So now that we see Terareum kind of falling suit of what Saitama is doing, in fact, the market cap has now fallen below Saitama's average, I still don't think it's necessary to be bashing Terareum and its users. And I'm going to say it again. I do not think it's necessary for people holding Terareum to bash Saitama holders either, okay? Because at the end of the day, guys, we got to remember all this drama is doing is making it bad for both parties. Not just Saitama, not just Terareum, is making it bad for both parties. And what is the whole point of why we're in crypto, guys? To make some dang money, man. We trying to make money. How are we going to make money if there's so much dang division going on, right? It doesn't make sense, does it? Now we got both projects are down in the gutter, all right? So Terareum is down from all-time highs. It didn't fall as hard as Saitama did from all-time highs, but then again, Terareum is a hell of a lot newer than Saitama. So we got to give that a benefit of the doubt. Now, Saitama has announced that this Friday we should be seeing Saitama Realty launch. You guys remember as well as I do what happened the first time we had that announcement. It was a disaster, okay? So Saitama is still kind of treading on the line. We're kind of walking on that tightrope with hopes that maybe Saitama Realty could be that little wing that we need to see to finally get this price moving somewhat, you know? And I don't even think we're going to be moving nowhere up here. I don't even think we're going to be moving up here. But I'm at least hoping to see us get back to maybe here, like within the 3s. And I don't think we're going to do that by Saitama Realty. But if Saitama Realty comes out and it seems promising, then I believe that we could see us come back into here. And then when we reach back into these consolidation levels in the 3s and 4s where we previously were at, then we can start setting our sights back up to how we're going to get back to this type of resistance up here in the 8s and gradually work our way back into getting to all-time highs. Now, guys, this is just speculation. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. And same for Terareum. We're seeing Terareum right now in a downtrend, kind of holding a little bit of support right now at the time it is recording. It's a little bit of support right now in the 4-5 zone. Hopefully it doesn't break down any lower than that because we don't know how low that's going to go from that point on. I'm pretty sure Terareum I got to give them credit, they did do a good job at saying, okay, even though the Binance thing was kind of a fluke, We do have these other exchange listings for you guys, so we're not really showing up empty-handed entirely. However, there is going to be some things to be accounted for with the fact that that was the first major letdown that Terrarium holders really got to see. And us Saitama holders, well, we're well experienced with what it feels like to have letdown after letdown after letdown. So the more we keep going after each other when both projects are down, you know, I think it doesn't take much math to realize that both of the projects will most likely stay down, because it's going to always be FUD going from one direction to the next. What we got to understand is that these are two big communities in the crypto space, and the crypto market is still so young altogether. Imagine if Saitama holders and Terrarium holders kind of united, kind of boosted each other up. There's more than enough money to go around for both parties to win successfully. Okay, we got to remember that, guys. We got to remember that it's only a 2 trillion market cap in crypto. Imagine when it's just 2, 3x, 4 trillion or 6 trillion. What would that mean? That would mean these typical meme coins that we see come out, and I'm not calling Terareum a meme coin, and I'm not calling Saitama that either, but with typical meme coins that you and I are accustomed to getting into, and DGen plays and things like that, that would mean that a 2 to 3x in the overall cryptocurrency market cap would mean that the average price for these projects that would be coming out, even if they don't even have much of a future, they could at least hit a couple $100 million market cap. And that means projects like these that kind of stood the test of time and has a strong community will easily be sitting in the billions of market cap. We gotta keep that at the forefront of our thoughts, guys. So what we're doing right now, what's going on with Saitama, what's going on with Terareum, guys, I think the constant bickering, it feels like high school. It's just unnecessary drama, and unfortunately, both parties are having to suffer as a result of it. You know, and you know, this goes a little more beyond the devs. We gotta understand, guys. I hope this is a lesson that we cannot just put all of our focus and money into developers, okay? Because these two projects prove to us that that's not always the best move to just bet on the developers, okay? We got to invest for what's right for us and what we see is the most profitable outcome in our decisions that we make right now. Doesn't mean you have to hold everything in Saitama. Doesn't mean you have to hold everything in Terareum. You could diversify. And even if it's neither of those two projects, there's plenty of other projects out there. There's a project that hasn't even come out yet that we don't even know about yet. But I guarantee you, is going to have the same type of run that we saw Shiba do, that we saw Saitama, that we saw Terareum do. But it hasn't been thought of yet. You know how I know that? Because we're that early in crypto, guys. So don't let today ruin your perspective. Don't let today burn bridges that you probably wouldn't want to burn a couple months down the line from now, because it could come in handy for you. Keep your head on the swivel, guys. Keep your nose down. Stay focused on what you're doing. Don't marry your investment, but remember, you're in this to make money. Don't bash the next person for what happened to them. Don't kick people when they're down. That's not how we grow as a community, guys. So I hope that I may have reached into a couple people's heads. You know, don't come after me. I'm just a messenger. Yes, I'm a Saitama holder. No, I'm not holding Terareum. Yes, I do believe that both projects has the potential to do some really, really good work for the holders in the months/years to come if they stay grounded. Okay, with that being said, folks, hope you guys could zoom out a bit in your perspective. I'm Jazz Royce. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Make sure to smash the like button if you enjoyed this conversation. I have more of these rants coming if you guys would like. I will catch each and every one of you guys at the top.